Welcome back for a Beatles Timeline Moment. A timeline of more than 100 years of facts and events, with notable songs and people in the history of the Beatles. Please subscribe to this channel to stay informed with future historical Beatles Timeline moments. Geoff Emerick. Born on December 5, 1945, as Geoffrey Earnest Emerick, was an English sound engineer and record producer, who worked with the Beatles on their albums Revolver, Sargent Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band and Abbey Road. Beatles producer George Martin credited Emerick with bringing a new kind of mindset to the recordings, by always suggesting sonic ideas, and different kinds of reverb of what they could do with the voices. Emerick was brought up in London, and educated at Crouch End Secondary Modern School. One of his teachers there heard about a job at the Abbey Road Studios, and suggested he apply. At the age of 16, he was employed as an assistant engineer. On September 4, 1962, his second day at work, the Beatles came to Abbey Road Studios to carry out their second recording session for the company. To familiarize Emerick with his work, he was placed under the supervision of another assistant engineer, Richard Langham, assistant to recording engineer Norman "Hurricane" Smith, who would be working on the session. As a new recruit, Emerick was fortunate enough to witness the Beatles recording for the first time with their new drummer, Ringo Starr, on what became the band's debut hit single, Love Me Do. Emerick worked as an assistant engineer to Hurricane Smith on several of the Beatles' early recordings, including She Loves You, and I Want to Hold Your Hand. In April 1966, at the age of 20, Emerick took over as the Beatles' recording engineer, at the request of producer George Martin, when Hurricane Smith became a producer. Emerick's first album in this new role was Revolver, starting with the sessions for the song Tomorrow Never Knows. It was Emerick's suggestion to record John Lennon's vocal through a Leslie speaker on the song, to capture the sound Lennon wanted, and to close Mike Starr's drums, formerly a prohibited practice at Abbey Road Studios. In 1967, Emerick engineered Being for the benefit of Mr. Kite, one of the most musically complex songs on the Pepper album. Lennon told Martin he wanted to recreate the carnival atmosphere. For the middle 8 bars, Emerick spliced together multiple recordings of fairground organs, in an attempt to create the effect. Martin instructed Emerick to chop the tape into pieces with scissors, throw them up in the air, and reassemble them at random. Geoff Emerick died from a heart attack on October 2, 2018, at the age of 72. Paul McCartney commented on social media that Emerick was smart, fun-loving, and the genius behind many of the great sounds on the Beatles records. We would like for you to participate for a Beatles discussion at our timeline website, the4beatles.com. There, you can share your thoughts and memories with us and others of more than 250 Beatles timeline topics. Again, please subscribe to this channel to stay informed with future historical Beatles timeline moments.